Hello everyone, Dean on the Street, host of the Dean Blechman Show. I'm here in Hauppauge, Long Island, New York. I'm in the executive offices of my good friend Ray Perini. Ray is running for District Attorney, Suffolk County, Long Island, New York, and I'm glad to have him here on Dean on the Street. Ray, good to see you.
I'm pleased to be here.
Okay, I do have to say that Ray is running for one of the most powerful, influential offices here on Long Island, probably in America. And I do have to say that his illustrious career, which is right behind us with all these unbelievable plaques in history, that probably not just here on Long Island, but throughout America, probably one of the most powerful, influential criminal lawyers over the last couple of decades. So, Ray, the first thing I've got to ask you to get right to it, criminal lawyer for your entire career, from what I understand, and now making the switch to running now for district attorney for Suffolk County, Long Island. Anything you could share with my audience in regard to your career and why now going over to the other side?
Well, actually, I started on the other side. In 1973, when I got out of law school, I was a Brooklyn prosecutor. And I learned and got a background in narcotics and murder and homicides. Back then, Brooklyn alone was doing 600 murders a year. The Rockefeller law had just been passed. We were going through heroin laws. And in late '76, I got a phone call from Suffolk. They were looking for someone to start a narcotics bureau because they didn't have any centralized narcotics prosecutions. So I came out to the county in '76 and I left in '89. And when I left, I had 12 people working exclusively on narcotics cases, wiretaps, informants, search warrants, and we did some of the biggest prosecutions in the state to this date.
Wow.
We knocked off a trawler with 40,000 pounds of marijuana in East Hampton, locked up 6 organized crime figures from New Jersey who were going to take it, 6 Colombians from that were on the ship when they brought it up from Colombia. Locked up a fellow named Carlos Herrera for 50 kilos of cocaine. He was one of the cartel members in Colombia. 5 kilos of heroin from Mexican nationals. Tried all those cases as a prosecutor, convicted everybody. And that's just a small portion of the kind of work we did on Long Island. And we did that kind of work because I worked with the DEA, I worked with the FBI, and I worked with the U.S. Attorney's Office, and we were very effective. I mean, when I came out to the county in '76, I came out here and I fell in love with Suffolk. And I did that to raise my family. And I did. I had my kids here. They went to public school in Huntington, and they're now both doing very well. When I came out here, it was a terrific place to live, and I never thought I'd see the gang violence and the drug epidemic that we have out here now. And we can explore.
Well, we're gonna get. We have a lot to talk about, and we're going to get to that, Ray. But you know, you mentioned some interesting cast of characters that in your illustrious career, some gentle bad guys that you mentioned, and you obviously mentioned drugs. You know what I get asked a lot, and I've got to bring this up to you. You know, we live very close to Islip MacArthur Airport, and it can't be just a few minutes from your office. It's exactly, my wife Sharon and I, we always use Islip MacArthur over the years. It's 20 minutes from our house instead of going to JFK or LaGuardia. But you know, as you were speaking, I had to ask you that people outside of Long Island, they immediately say to me right away, didn't they land the guy from Mexico, El Chapa?
They did.
You know, bad guy, biggest drug guy in the world, in the universe, that 10 minutes from here.
That's correct.
Why? I constantly get asked, why was it Islip MacArthur Airport that the biggest drug cartel dealer in the world was dropped off here on Long Island?
You know why? Because it's not that congested. It can be totally secured. You can go to an end of the runway and not have the traffic you have at LaGuardia or Kennedy.
Okay.
But I mean, you know, we talk about Suffolk. You know how many small airports we had? You know how many interdictions we did back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s, with planes coming in loaded with coke and heroin?
Wow.
You know, the coastline, we have more coastline on Long Island, where boats come in all the time, and our interdiction units. That's why we knocked off a trawler with 40,000 pounds. This island is a smuggler's paradise unless law enforcement is vigilant, and that's what we did back in the 70s and 80s.
Wow. Wow. Listen, we've got a lot more to talk about. We've got a lot more to talk about with Ray Perini, candidate for Suffolk County District Attorney, and Dean on the Street. And Ray, we're gonna be back with you very shortly. So from all of us at the Dean Blechman Show, see you soon. Bye bye now.